Good evening. Yet another live from Nimble Foundation. Today's subject is how to use emotional intelligence to build your brand and to enhance your business, to improve your profitability. First of all, let me tell you how I am going to deal with the subject. I will deal with these points specifically. Number one, what is emotional intelligence? How is it different from intelligence, as we know? Number two, need and importance of emotional intelligence. Number three, what do we lose because of poor emotional intelligence? Number four, what are the specific benefits of strong emotional intelligence? Number five, how to develop emotional intelligence. And number six, signs of high emotional intelligence, high EQ, EI. First of all, what is emotional intelligence? What is EI? Your ability to manage, to understand and use emotions in a positive way. It's necessary here to understand the difference between intelligence as we understand and emotional intelligence. As against that, intelligence is your capacity for logic, understanding, your capacity for having self awareness, learning, your capacity to have emotional knowledge, reasoning, planning, creativity, critical thinking, problem solving. All these an intelligent person can do, but he has the capacity. But the question is whether he does it or not. That is where emotional intelligence comes in and plays an important role. Emotional intelligence is your ability to understand, manage, and use. Here, very important thing is to use emotions in a positive way. For what for? To relieve stress, to communicate more effectively, to empathize with others, to overcome challenges and diffuse conflict. We will go through all these benefits later on. Then, what is the need and importance of emotional intelligence? Number one, to control emotions, to remain calm, to listen, to understand, not to be in a hurry to explain your point of view, to build stronger relations. We know in today's life it is the relationship which matters most. How good your relations are, how many people you know, and to what extent they are going to help you, these things are important. And this is true in the office, this is true at home, and this is also true in the society. You have to achieve your goals with the help of others. And emotional intelligence enables you to use all these emotions in a positive way, to influence, to bring about a change in the attitude of people who are not so good, who don't have good relations with you. If you are emotionally intelligent, you will not give reaction, and you will listen to understand, and you will be able to take that action which brings you and the other person closer. After all, we have to deal with difficult people in our life. That's most challenging. To achieve your goals, career goals, financial goals, family goals, social goals, your health goals, and your hobby goals. So, to have all these achievements, you require emotional intelligence, as we'll understand further. What are the specific benefits of emotional intelligence? The first benefit is you start communicating better. You start using your ability to communicate better, to develop the ability and use. You are able to manage your emotions. You are able to reduce the anxiety and your stress, to become a calmer person, happy. You are able to diffuse conflict because you are in control. You are able to enhance relations because you know how to go about it. And all the problems that come in between, you know how to overcome that. Then you start empathizing. Empathy is when you put yourself in others' shoes and see that from their point of view. Now, empathy is very important for enhancing relations. It will help you to overcome life's challenges. We all know that life is full of challenges. Life is not a cakewalk. It makes you self aware. Presence, importance of presence, importance of now. So, those are the benefits of emotional intelligence. Then you develop your positive attitude. Because you are in control, because you know that things can go wrong, and if they go wrong, you still hold yourself, remain calm, take proper action, and overcome those difficulties. So, once you do that, it definitely improves your attitude. It makes your attitude very positive. These are the leadership qualities. So, you have qualified to become a good leader because of your emotional intelligence. Then, another very important factor is that you are capable of change management. We know that world is changing, that sometimes the changes are so fast, the changes are so devastating that it is difficult to control. But if you are emotionally strong, then you know these changes are a part of life, and this is what you have to do in life. You are emotionally strong. In the difficult times, in the difficult situation, also mind and find out the solutions. After all, every day we have difficulties, and we have to find solutions, and which can come easier provided we are emotionally strong, provided we have control over emotions. Now, what are the problems? What are the problems due to low or poor emotional intelligence? You are overpowered by negative emotions. You know the negative is prevailing in the atmosphere, in the environment. So you are not able to control negative perceptions. Now, emotions that lead to perceptions. You start thinking, yes, it's not possible. Then there are lots of associated behavioral issues which, because of low emotional intelligence, you are not able to overcome. You become a poor communicator, because for a good communicator it is necessary to understand and then be understood. But here you become a poor communicator because you are not so confident, and you are always in a hurry to explain yourself. Weak confidence is terrible. It makes your life most difficult and most insignificant. Reduced proactivity. Now, here, what is proactivity? What is proactive? The problems which are likely to come, you have to visualize beforehand and find solutions. Because if you do that, then you'll not be caught unawares. The problem arises when unexpected things happen and we are not prepared to do it. We are not prepared to face them. We are not prepared to solve those problems. Then we also led into overthinking. We keep on thinking of small things also, they keep on coming to the mind and we are not able to throw them out. There are, in fact, in one day, in any mind, there are more than 50,000 thoughts. But if you are emotionally strong, you are able to restrict those thoughts. They don't create a clutter in your mind. And if you are not strong emotionally, then your performance obviously will be very, very much down. You will not be able to uh, improve your performance. Uh, Due to low performance, you might also have higher losses. Higher losses. Financially also you stand to lose. Now next question is how to develop a strong emotional intelligence. For this, first suggestion is use assertive communication. What does it mean? It means that you do not say yes if you want to say no. It means that since you are self-aware and you understand what you can do and what you can't do, but you have the capacity and ability to say no in such a manner that you don't offend others. That is assertive communication. Then you start responding, not reacting. When you respond, it is your action. When you react, it is somebody else's action and he triggers action in you. That means you are not in control. Somebody else is controlling you. Active listening. If you become an active listener, that also helps you to become emotionally strong and have better emotional intelligence. Then be motivated. Always be enthusiastic. Don't consider that life is good for nothing. Don't consider that it is unnecessary. It is just a burden to live. See life as a gift. Practice positive attitude. Practice positive attitude means always see that positive possibility is there, even when the problems are there, when the problems are abounding. They were dissatisfying to the people and they create confusion. But because of your positive attitude, you are able to find that yes, still I can manage it. Then you start taking criticism in the right spirit. The problem arises if anybody criticizes, instead of taking in the right spirit, instead of using that criticism to your advantage, if you feel upset, if you feel angry, so then you're the loser. Then for developing, you should also ask feedback. feedback of others, because then you know how to improve. Empathize with others. Put yourself in others' shoes to find out how they perceive you, how they perceive the situation, how they perceive your interaction. So, if you do that, these things, you will become emotionally strong. You will definitely improve your emotional intelligence, and that which in turn will be very helpful to you. Now, what are the signs of high emotional intelligence? How do we recognize that you yourself or somebody else has a high, a strong emotional intelligence? Number one, they use robust vocabulary. They use exactly the word which expresses what they have in mind, not general things. Number two, they have curiosity about people. They don't just meet and don't ask anything, don't try to understand them. They are curious. Number three, knowing strengths, weaknesses. If a person knows his strengths and his weaknesses, that is also a sign of emotional intelligence. Uh, a good judge of the character, because then you can stand apart, you can be objective and have the right judgment, right perspective. Further, you let go the mistakes, because mistakes are bound to be there. There is no one who doesn't make any mistakes, and realizing this, you don't hold on to the mistakes. You don't hold on to the grudges against people. You let go them. You neutralize toxic people. This is very important. Uh, Oftentimes we find that there are toxic people around with negative attitude, or who are jealous, or who are envious, and they create a big problem for you. They create confusion, and they affect your confidence. So, emotionally strong, you will immediately recognize, and you will keep yourself aloof. You will not allow them to do any of those things. And finally, an emotional person who is controlling his emotions. Emotional person, because we are all human beings. Emotions are bound to be there. And emotionally intelligent person does not become stone. He remains human, but he is having control. He is self-aware, and he is able to use all these qualities to develop a good sense of humor. A good sense of humor can diffuse all difficult situations. A good sense of humor is absolutely necessary to maintain good relations, to diffuse problems, to remain relaxed. Now, if there are any questions, please do not hesitate to ask. Any questions you can ask now, or you can also ask by mail, or you can ask by putting your comments down below. I'll be very happy to reply to them. Thank you very much.